Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, the 72nd day I'm doing this. It's 8:30 a.m. Here's your daily dose of hope. So, I'm really proud of myself ultimately because last night I followed through, did dinner, did bedtime routine, got ready for bed, and read. I think I was in bed at like 6:30 again, maybe more like 7. And I can't remember if I turned on a meditation or not, but I did not have earbuds in, I followed through. And I woke up. I think I did wake up halfway through the night because I think I even consciously said, okay, time to turn over or something. But I woke up at like 5:30 and I said, use a tool. And I did, I think, 4 meditations because the thoughts kept coming and I'm just like, no. Train the brain. And it would have been fine, quote unquote, it would have been okay if like I had to get up. It wasn't like the thoughts were keeping me down, but I thought this is time I have to kind of drain the crap and put, what I want in there. And I'm really proud of the effort that that took. So I did all that. And then I did breath work. And then I did some tapping. And then it was time to get up. And so I thought, well, we'll see what happens with that, type of thing. And I went slow on the stairs, And I was like there for my daughter in the morning. And I told myself all you need to do at this moment is be present with her and drink water. That's it. And I did that, and it was great. And then she left, and so I said, do the puzzle now, And I did that, and then I was trying to be present with myself, basically, and I felt really tense. And so I started doing some tapping, and then tears came. But I tried to just let them at least for a bit, So it was a release. And I realized after doing that, after releasing it, then I got this aha moment. Because before I got up, also, I started looking up, like, how to organize and everything. Yeah, like, my brain was already going. But I realized one of my biggest frustrations, so that's ultimately a good thing. I don't want a life where, and I know people do this and there is zero judgment, but it just does not work for me. I don't want a life where it's like, well, I guess we'll clean up because, company is coming over. And so, like, that's the only time. Because right now with my health, I can't conjure energy on demand. I'm already operating. I do that for my daughter, I don't have any extra to do that. B, I don't want to live like that because that's only sending a signal to me. Again, this is just my personal experience of like, I only get to have a clean house when people come over type of thing. And yeah, it just sends all sorts of signals that aren't good for me right now as I'm trying to build a sense of worth, And C, I want systems. I want, like, oh, I'm not feeling good today. Oh, thank goodness I still have a system so it does not feel like everything's falling apart. Even if everything's not falling apart, it feels like that, So that being said, I'm excited because I found this. I told myself, set a timer for 15 minutes and just work on this. And then you can move on to the next thing. So I realized I have this cute binder. And yes, it makes a difference, for me. And it was a recipe binder from when I did HelloFresh. So I am really organized in certain ways when I can, And anyway, I was like, these recipes are taking up this space. I have those, clear plastic protectors. And so I took out the recipes, and now I have a binder, and I'm like, I I still don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but it's helping me so much. I'm like, I just need a central place that's not electronic so I can take it. I mean, I know electronic, you can take it with you too, but it's just, my brain needs to see it. My brain needs to see it, as it's becoming a habit. And I'm excited because I'm like, I think what I'm really excited about, because I was like, oh, priorities, I need to have priorities. But I think I want to think of them as rotating priorities so that my brain knows, ooh, it's giving me chills. Like, my brain knows that this will get handled, even like, let's say in a couple weeks or something, it will be the priority. But there is just no way right now, with just me and like taking care of my daughter and my current energy, there is no way that I can do everything every day as much as I want to, right? So I'm excited. I'm going to start by putting the systems I already have created in place so that my brain sees laundry has a system. The upstairs bathroom, that's still working, by the way, which is awesome. I haven't had my daughter start to do it yet, but I could. But honestly, it's not even really necessary because then it would be being cleaned twice a day. That's not necessary. But what I can do with my daughter, I realized today, is I can just have her take out a grocery bag of trash, on the way. There's literally a thing on the way to the bus stop, And that can, like, again, that's like a system. It's not like and then everything's, like, it's going to be gradual, is my point. But that's exciting because then it's like, okay, so now trash, I have the big trash too that I take out, but this way, when you eat something and it smells, like, I don't like wasting stuff. So I don't want to use up a big old trash bag for one thing, right? But I also don't want to have trash in my house. So I'm like, okay, that's a system. And I literally put it on the front doorknob, like the inside front doorknob. So it's, you literally pass by it. And then, of course, the system I think last night was the fourth night, maybe it was the fifth night. I think it was the fourth night of when I go to bed, I read so that I'm not artificially keeping myself up, right? So that's a system. So now I just need big systems for everything else. But I think this is really going to help. It's still going to take a bit for my brain to, believe it. But it's going to help the overwhelm because it's going to say, hey, look. And then remember from yesterday's video, I'm going to create like, now is the time to panic. So my brain's like, send out the troops, but not prematurely and then unnecessarily. Because I just don't have the luxury of getting worried about stuff like unnecessarily. When people kind of sit around and they're just so kind of bored. It's like, no, I got stuff I got to get done. I got a life I want to live, So, and part of this came by because this morning I was kind of like, well, maybe I should go to the park. And to be honest, because I'm working on with that book, being honest with myself, the voice that came was, you can't do that. Your place is a mess. So if I build in these systems, then I can say, hey, the goal for today was to do 15 minutes or whatever. I did that. So now I do get to have the reward, And that's going to be exciting, and that's really going to help my brain and nervous system be like, yes, it's not completely done yet, but we are making progress. And that's what my brain and nervous system want more than anything, is to make progress. So ultimately, I'm really excited. And I can use my Facebook group, to help other people and be like, this is the block that I'm going to do this. Feel free to either do the same thing, so you can do mirror neurons, or do whatever task, that, works for you. And I don't know how long I can do the live, but I'm even willing to do it for like, I could do like the Pomodoro technique, and it's amazing how I'm excited. Like, I feel like this, I don't have it all like exactly figured out, but I feel like this is the direction I definitely want to go. Because then every day I can look at this. First of all, it makes me smile. I can put the hope thing in there, and I can be like, this is your brain. So, and then when my daughter comes home with something, I can at least stick it in here and I can be like, this is where it is. Because I was having stuff in different places all over. The problem with that, if you have anybody else living with you, especially a kid, is then they put it somewhere else. So now your system, you know, it's convoluted. And I like streamlined. I like organized. I like feeling like, yeah, I've got a plan. Um, and honestly, ironically, that's going to make me feel like I can be way more spontaneous. Because instead of, oh, let's go to the park, instead of either just being like, okay, whatever, and then having to deal with it after, or feeling like, I can't because I need to do this and this and this, it's like I can build in all these things. So I hope this helps. I'm excited, and that's ultimately what matters. And I think this is going to be the thing. And the thing that's really cool about this too, especially for people with ADHD, trauma, overwhelm, human being, you're not going to get distracted because instead of being on your phone and having to use willpower and focus to be like, don't look at any of the other stuff on my phone, you can just be like, this is where it's at. Like, I can just hyper focus on this and be like, this is what it is. And I think what I'm going to do too, which I'm a little nervous about because of like privacy, like with my daughter, but I think it's going to be really helpful to build in, I'm nervous about it, but I think I'm going to do it, to build in journaling with that too. Because this isn't, like I said, I can be a taskmaster. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to develop a system that is nervous system supporting, productive, confidence building, like the whole shebang. And so I think I'm going to do that is like journal as I do it, like walk myself through it, talk myself through it. And then instead of like, oh, I have a journal, I can be like, this is me productively journaling. This is me intellectually saying, okay, the facts are that my brain had resistance to doing this task. Why? And that type of thing. So I can constantly, or I should say consistently, troubleshoot and continue to optimize my life to maximize my joy, because that's what I'm all about. I can totally go downstairs completely stressed out and I won't take it on my daughter. There's zero chance of that. But if I can go downstairs and not be stressed out, isn't that better? Like, why not? So ultimately, I'm really, really excited, and I'm really grateful to myself that I keep, going, but I keep evolving. I keep leveling up of like, that's what I want to do. That's what I like. That's what I don't like, or that, that drains me. So anyway, I'm excited, and I think I'm going to start with, I've already started making a list of all the tasks I need to do, which obviously instantly made me feel overwhelmed, but I'm also starting to write down like the systems. Like if the task is take out the trash, it's like, okay, here's the system. How do I feel about that system? Pretty darn good, because it's not even like trash ever builds up. So that's actually not the problem. And then, yeah, she comes home with any papers, they're just going to at least go in that binder so that it, and what's really cool is there's a pocket in the binder, So even if I can't get it exactly filed in that moment, it's like, it's in the binder. Because yes, I can look up her school calendar 20 million times, which I do, but wouldn't it be better to do it once and have it in there and then be like, but here's the thing too, they constantly change the calendar. So it's all about offloading. It's all about, instead of reinventing the wheel every hour of the day or just giving up, it's like, how can I do this? And so, yeah, and again, this is zero judgment. It's just good for me to see what works for me and what doesn't. And when, people were just talking and someone was like, yeah, we just invite someone over and it motivates us to clean everything up. It's like, yeah, I understand that. But for me, I mean, honestly, it's just me anyway. So it's like, and then my daughter, but obviously I'm in charge of that. So I'd much rather have, if possible, which it is possible, systems in place so that nothing ever feels out, like completely. Because the worst thing is when you feel sick or you're exhausted and you have all this stuff you feel like you have to do before you can rest, So, anyway, I hope this is helpful. Yeah, it's a long one, but this is like a eureka moment for me. Like, I'm excited because I can be like, part of my routine after she leaves is to do that puzzle, to do the focus for 5 minutes, and then get my trusty companion. It will be my trusty companion. And be like, this is what we're focused on for the next 15 minutes. And like I said, it's an evolving thing, but it's really helping me. And I'm really trying to just go with my brain, at least currently, and my body. And the thing I really like about that too is whatever I'm doing, then I can take breaks if I need to, like, because I'm exhausted, but I'm still going in the right direction. I'm still on the right track, if that makes sense, for the day. So if the priority for the day is laundry, let's say, and it takes me all day to do laundry because I do, let's say, take energy breaks, but I still got that priority done. So it doesn't actually matter, So anyway, okay. Love you guys.